International Mountain Day. What is a National Mountain Day is celebrated annually to promote awareness for mountain communities around the globe. The United Nations General Assembly designated the 11th of December as International Mountain Day. For your activity, it is entitled My Mountain, My Selfie. Celebrate this International Mountain Day 2021 with your community, family, and friends by posting your favorite photo of mountain. If you have a solo picture with that mountain, you can post it too. You can share
The beauty of these birds matched by their importance for our environment. The United Nations observed World Migratory Birds Day on May 12 to celebrate the great natural wonder of our land. Come on, let's join the whole world to celebrate the World Migratory Bird.
Over the past 2 decades, women have been more likely to receive an undergraduate degree than their male counterparts. Despite this overall accomplishment, women earn degrees in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics or STEM at half the rate of men. The International Day of Women occurs in science timeline. Way back 2700 BC, first woman scientist, Merit-Pita, had the words chief physician inscribed on her tomb. In 1876, higher education for women. Elizabeth Bragg was the first woman to earn a bachelor's degree in engineering, graduating from the University of California at Berkeley. In 19
China has identified the cause of the
mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
There are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
This is a rapidly emerging situation where there is not a cause for alarm.
Last year, our lives stopped and turned 180 degrees due to the global pandemic, the COVID-19. One of the adverse effects of this health crisis is the heightened problem in food security since people are restricted from going out to provide for their families. The local government was tasked to extend help to the families affected by the implemented quarantine protocols by giving food packs. One of the staples in the given food packs is the canned tuna. In 2020, the demand for inexpensive and shelf-stable canned tuna, as well as for frozen raw products such as sushis and sashimis, significantly increased. Tuna species are very important economically and significant source of food. Their meat are rich in omega-3 and contains minerals, proteins, and vitamin B12, among other nutritional properties. As a result of the amazing qualities of tuna, it is now suffering from supply crisis due to overwhelming demand. That is why the United Nations General Assembly voted to officially observe World Tuna Day every 2nd of May, adopting Resolution 71-124. This is to emphasize the importance of conservation management to ensure that we have systems in place to prevent tuna stocks from collapse.
According to the Global Assessment Report on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services released in 2019 by the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services or IPBES at UNESCO, the main global drivers of biodiversity loss are
climate change, invasive species, overexploitation of natural resources, pollution, and urbanization.
The global report demonstrated the responsibility of human activities in the loss of biodiversity, which have amounted to 75% for terrestrial ecosystems. Even here in our country, the Philippines is experiencing a very high rate of biodiversity loss, indicated by phenomenal decline in quality and number of habitats such as forests, coral reefs, and mangroves. This loss has a lot of harmful impacts on the long-term sustainability of community livelihood systems, political cohesion and governance, and overall national welfare. It is becoming evident that biodiversity loss has root causes in the social, institutional, economic, and political spheres.
On the other hand, we celebrate the International Day of Biological Diversity every 22nd day of May to create awareness, emphasize hope, solidarity, and the importance of working together at all levels to build a future of life in harmony with nature.
Dead zones, destruction of habitat and coral reefs, ghost fishing, irresponsible fish farming, overfishing, garbage. What did we do to our
The world's oceans, their temperature, chemistry, currents, and life drive global systems that make the Earth habitable for humankind. Our rainwater, drinking water, weather, climate, coastlines, much of our food, and even the oxygen in the air we breathe are all ultimately provided and regulated by the sea. Throughout history, oceans and seas have been vital conduits for trade and transportation. Careful management of this essential global resource is a key feature of a sustainable future. However, at the current time, there is a continuous deterioration of coastal waters owing to pollution and ocean acidification, which has an adversarial effect on the functioning of ecosystems and biodiversity. This is also negatively impacting small-scale fisheries. Marine protected areas need to be effectively managed and well-resourced, and regulations need to be put in place to reduce overfishing, marine pollution, and ocean acidification. For all these reasons, it was necessary to create awareness through an observance. That is why, by its Resolution 63-111 of December 5, 2008, the UN General Assembly designated June 8 as World Oceans Day. The concept of world
Desertification is the degradation of land in arid, semi-arid, and dry sub-humid areas. It is caused primarily by human activities and climatic variations. It occurs because dryland ecosystems, which cover one-third of the world's land area, are extremely vulnerable to overexploitation and inappropriate land use.
It was May 16, 2017, when President Rodrigo Duterte signed Executive Order No. 26, otherwise known as the Nationwide Smoking Ban. The EO provides for the establishment of smoke-free environments in public and enclosed spaces. These order invoke the Clean Air Act of 1999 and the Tobacco Regulation Act of 2003 to impose a nationwide ban on smoking in all public and enclosed places found within the territorial jurisdiction of the Philippines. It is in these reasons that the member states of the World Health Organization created World No Tobacco Day in 1987 to draw global attention to the tobacco epidemic and the preventable death and disease it causes. In 1987, the World Health Assembly passed Resolution WHA 40.38 calling for April 7, 1988 to be a World No Smoking Day. In 1988, Resolution WHA 42.19 was passed calling for the celebration of World No Tobacco Day every year on 31st of May.
Science for Peace, promoting peace education through integration of UN International Day celebration and teaching science class. 2021 International Day for the preservation of the ozone layer. This is usually happens every September 16.
As individuals get older, as long as they are healthy, they reproduce and have their own offspring. And once their offsprings are old enough, they have their own babies. As it continues forever, the population will increase forever over time. This is called exponential growth. The graph shows as time increases, the population gets bigger and bigger. However, there are limiting factors that may affect the population growth. This is related to the carrying capacity, which refers to the maximum number of individuals in a species that an environment can support in the long term. These limiting factors are enough food, energy, water, oxygen, and space or shelter. Modern man.
How are you? I'm okay. Just fine. I am tired. I'm not okay. Help me. How can I help you? It is World Mental Health Day, and what you feel matters.
The International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation.
Good day, everyone. The promotional video is about World AIDS Day. It is celebrated every 1st of December to unite in the fight against HIV.
Did you know that 21st of March is World Down Syndrome Day? It was created to celebrate the lives of people with Down syndrome and to make sure they have the same freedom and opportunities as everybody else. March 21 matches the three copies of chromosome 21. This is unique to people with Down syndrome.
The International Day of Sports for Development and Peace. April 6 was proclaimed by the UN General Assembly as the International Day of Sports for Development and Peace, an annual celebration of the power of sport to drive social change, community development, and to foster peace and understanding.
And now, we are calling on policymakers to act for low-speed streets worldwide, limiting speeds to 30 km per hour to 20 m per hour, where people walk, live, and play. Join the hashtag Love30 campaign to call for 30 km per hour speed limits to be the norm for cities, towns, and villages worldwide. In year 2022, world leaders will meet at the high-level meeting on road safety.
World Wildlife Day is celebrated to raise the awareness among people about world's flora and fauna. On 20th December 2013, United Nations in its 68th Assembly session decided to observe 3rd March as World Wildlife Day.
Hello, students. Do you know your blood type? Amazing! Did you know that we are celebrating World Blood Donor Day? Correct! What is blood donor? Blood donor is a person who gives blood for use in transfusion. World Blood Donor Day was observed in 2004, which was followed by its designation as an annual global event by the 58th World Health Assembly in 2005. World Blood Donor Day is now celebrated each year throughout the world on 14th June to raise awareness of the importance of blood donation and to
is an annual holiday observed from October 4 to 10 in over 95 nations throughout the world. It is a celebration of science and technology and their contribution to the betterment of the human condition.
World Toilet Day celebrates toilets and raises awareness to people living without access to safely managed sanitation.
Good day. So I would like to start this presentation by giving this short quotation. Chance favors the prepared mind. So this phrase is attributed to the 19th century bacteriologist Louis Pasteur. It simply means that the more prepared and knowledgeable we are, the more likely that we are able to make most of the chance opportunities and observation. This quotation is particularly true to us since we are all facing this great dilemma caused by this COVID-19 pandemic. Hence, we need to be ready mentally, physically, and emotionally to address this current situation and to deal with any upcoming pandemics.
The Slovenian initiative was supported by 115 countries, including the USA, Canada, China, the Russian Federation, India, Brazil, Argentina, Australia, and all the EU member states. May 20 was proclaimed the World Bee Day. And why May 20? In the Northern Hemisphere, the development of bees is in full swing. Bee colonies swarm and are the most numerous in May.